Whether they made a mistake or not, they have spoken from their heart or why they did something.
How don't I show it? I just took my baby out.
The rationale is so irrational. Blaming the opposite child.
Front door, they wouldn't let me in the house because you was in there.
A level of truth that I want to explain to you.
It doesn't matter. He's grown.
Somebody used to watching people in dispute.
Yeah, he's on mine. Is he on yours?
Being the father.
My boyfriend.
Today, the spotlight is on Miss Stanley, who's dragging her former fling, Mr. Williams, to court for a paternity test. She's claiming that he's not the father of her 3-year-old son, Ryan Alexander. But hold on tight, because Mr. Williams is ready to fight tooth and nail for his rights as a father.
Miss Stanley, you have dragged your former fling, Mr. Williams, to court for a paternity test to prove he did not father your 3-year-old son, Ryan Alexander. You admit to being intimate at the time of conception, but say today's results will prove your son does not have his DNA. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, you say baby Ryan Alexander is the most important person in your life.
Oh, and did I mention there's an Aunt Mary in the mix? She's got some spicy evidence to show that Ryan Alexander is indeed Mr. Williams' biological child. This is going to be one explosive episode, folks. Things are heating up.
Committed relationship?
This was more like a sexual type kind of relationship.
Loser relationship.
I never loved him. It was a mistake.
No, Your Honor, excuse me, she's wrong with that one. She's a liar.
What? How did you see the relationship, Mr. Williams? Explain.
She had us planned out getting married. She had us planned out get the cakes.
Miss Stanley admits to being intimate with Mr. Williams around the time of conception, but she's confident that today's results will prove her son doesn't have his DNA. But wait, Mr. Williams isn't buying it. He believes Miss Stanley just wants him out of the picture because she has a new man in her life. Drama, drama, drama.
So this is a message, a text message from Miss Stanley?
Yes, ma'am.
That says, did you hear that me and Chris is gonna get married?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a message you sent?
No, Your Honor, it is not.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
No, it is not.
Yes, ma'am, yes, it is.
Oh, well, then let's pull up my Facebook page and let her
well, then let's do that. Then let's do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Let
Is that
Chris
all you
fight his
are?
own battles instead of letting you do it.
And here comes the first bombshell. Aunt Mary pulls out her phone and reveals a text message from Miss Stanley claiming that she and Mr. Williams were planning to get married. Oh, the plot thickens. Let's see what Miss Stanley has to say about this.
One is going to get an opportunity to present their case and their side of the story. All right, so Ms. Combs, you did say that at some point Ms. Stanley told you he was the father of Ryan Alexander. Is that true?
She's always told me since the boy was born that it was his. There was not a question that he belonged to somebody else.
Miss Stanley, your Facebook messages don't lie, my friend. Looks like someone's caught in a web of lies. Aunt Mary isn't backing down either. She presents another message from Miss Stanley, praising Mr. Williams as a good father. Oh, the tangled web of deceit. Miss Stanley, you've got some explaining to do.
Her son is a child and they both look identical. So
let me see that evidence, please, ma'am.
Chris came to me and asked me if I thought he belonged to him because everyone else kept saying it wasn't. And with the pictures, I said, yes, it does. I said, don't listen to everybody else because people are just going to say what they want to say. I said, but that boy belongs to you because he looks identical to Chris.
And so this is a picture on the left is Ryan Alexander.
Miss Stanley is really grasping at straws here, but let's not forget the most important factor in all of this, the adorable 3-year-old Ryan Alexander. Mr. Williams claims that Ryan Alexander is the most important person in his life, and he's ready to prove that he's the father. But Miss Stanley isn't budging. She's adamant that Ryan Alexander is not his child. The tension in that courtroom must be palpable.
Tell Mr. Williams that he is Ryan Alexander's father. Did you ever say that?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Your Honor?
How did he come to this conclusion?
Because he is very, very excessive with me. He follows me everywhere. If I'm at a grocery store, he would follow me with me not even letting him have the knowledge of him knowing where I was at.
All right, folks, let's take a breather and meet Mr. Jennings, Miss Stanley's boyfriend. He's been stepping up and being a father figure to Ryan Alexander. What a guy! But will his presence affect the outcome of the DNA test? We'll find out soon enough.
Mr. Williams has ever played a role in Ryan Alexander's life at all.
That's correct.
The other gentleman, the gentleman you believe is his father, the ex, has he played a role in Ryan Alexander's life?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
He has not?
No.
Who's stepping in now in helping with Ryan Alexander and
boyfriend.
being the father?
My boyfriend.
All right, the moment we've all been waiting for, the DNA test results. Will Mr. Williams be proven to be Ryan Alexander's biological father, or will Miss Stanley's doubts be confirmed? Oh, the suspense is overwhelming.
Mr. William, you are not his father.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
That's not what you have that makes your life perfect.
Whatever, Linda. I don't want to.
Well,
A vehicle doesn't make your life
The truth is the truth. The DNA has spoken. It is what it is. You all presumably will go on to raise this young man.
All right, buckle up because we're diving into the Chaplin v. Jackson case. It's a battle between Mr. Chaplin and Miss Jackson, and let me tell you, things get heated. Get ready for some serious drama, folks.
Ms. Robinson, you've opened this case for your son because you're furious with your former friend, the defendant, who went behind your back, slept with your son, and is now claiming he fathered her child, even though you know she was sleeping with many more men. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, here's the deal. Miss Jackson admits to sleeping with Mr. Chaplin, but she claims he's a deadbeat who hasn't done anything for their 3-month-old daughter, Melanie. Oh, the accusations are flying already, and we're just getting started.
Also, throughout the entire time, I've known her to talk to several other men.
So you know she was talking to several other men.
Yes, ma'am.
Just talking? You gotta do more than talking to make a baby.
Oh, yeah, well, whenever we used to hang out or whatever, she had multiple people coming around. You know, a guy was spending a lot of time with
Your
her.
Honor, can I intercept?
Yes, Miss Jackson.
Me and Dominique was having sex numerous of times every day.
Mr. Chaplin, on the other hand, is positive that he's not the father. He's 100% sure, folks. Can you feel the tension in the courtroom? It's about to explode. Now let's meet Miss Jackson, the woman who slept with her friend's son. Oh, the scandal. But she's not holding back, folks. She's calling Mr. Chaplin a deadbeat and claiming he's the father. This is gearing up to be one epic showdown.
You admittedly slept with your best friend's son.
We was not best friends, Your Honor. We was only friends.
Okay, so your friend's son.
It doesn't matter. Her son is grown.
So the point is you decided that it was okay to sleep with your friend's son.
Me and her son
I'm from
was
the old
friends.
school. I'm 48 years
Girl,
old.
and you
where
dang
I
13
come
years
from,
older
and
than
any
me,
other
honey.
woman my age,
You're 13
I
years
don't
older
care
than
if
me,
he's
honey.
a fit or not.
Hold on tight, because the arguments are flying like stray bullets. Miss Jackson accuses Mr. Chaplin's mother of brainwashing him, and the insults start flying left and right. It's a verbal boxing match, folks, and we're here for every second of it.
Okay, hold on. Let's not go there. Let me just understand. So you befriend her once you met her.
Yes.
And you all started what? You
Going to the school dances, I got pictures of that. They need to put it up there. I fed them. I put them in my house. All them pictures that you see, that pictures you just put up there, we was to the school children's dance, Valentine dance, so that was in February. My son didn't get there till June. I was a young mother from 14.
Mr. Chaplin, with his cool demeanor, stands his ground, insisting that they were never in a relationship and that Miss Jackson was seeing other men. Oh, the plot thickens. This case is like a soap opera on steroids.
behind befriending Miss Jackson and saying, listen, this is a young woman. I can relate to where she is. I want to
Yes.
help her. I want to guide her.
Yes.
I want to empower her
Yes.
to do better and to raise her children.
Yes.
Throughout that process, you know you have a handsome son. Did you caution them and say, listen,
Not at that time because I don't have friends that sleep with my damn children. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
have
all right.
friends that sleep with my children, so I didn't think nothing of it.
Miss Jackson is not one to back down, folks. She claims that Mr. Chaplin is lying and that they were intimate multiple times. Oh, the drama. The courtroom is on fire and we're just getting warmed up.
During the time that we're together, we
And
talk
don't
about
forget the girls.
not
I
only
had them
that,
two in there too.
not
Y'all
only,
all right, Ann?
We
not
know
only
they ain't
that,
the daddy.
Ann?
not only that, one day we were walking down the street and a couple of guys were honking the horn, you know, trying to get her attention, but these are people that she knew, not just people who just thought she, you know, looked at her. And one guy stopped, he rode by and spoke, came back by and had to stop the car to speak to her. He was like, you know, why haven't you been answering my phone calls or why haven't I been able to catch up with you? He ended up giving both of us a ride.
The judge is struggling to maintain order as Miss Jackson and Mr. Chaplin's mother go at it. It's a battle of words, folks, and they're not holding back. The gloves are off, and this case just turned into a full-on brawl. Jerome just turned from a bailiff to a referee.
Miss Jackson, is what Ms. Robinson testifying to true?
It was only one other man, but at the end of the day, me and Dominique was having sex every day. Shut up! Mind your
Miss
business. I
Jackson.
hope while you up there riding him out, you can take care of this dang on child support when this DNA test come back
Ooh.
today.
That's what you looking for.
You,
It's child support. I ain't saying what you
You grandma. All right, well, but shut up then.
Okay, hold on.
I don't play by my mama, and you know this.
Miss
And you know this.
However this goes, can we take a moment to appreciate the sheer audacity of Miss Jackson? Sleeping with her friend's son? That's some next level drama, folks. We're here for the tea, and boy, is she serving it up.
You get a blood test, and I ain't got no problem with taking in none of mine or taking care of none of mine. But until then, I know who she was
First of all,
before
I
he
don't
asked
need
her, before
you
he
to
met
take
her.
care of her,
So
honey.
therefore, I got a problem.
I don't
with it.
need you to take care
You
of nothing.
understand?
I don't need you to
And then
take care of
she blasted
Milani,
me
honey.
on Facebook and put a whole bunch of foolishness up there with my name in it, trying to bet. All this is about embarrassing me.
I didn't
But it ain't
embarrass
gonna
you,
work.
honey.
No
When you
weapon.
act, you're embarrassing your own
No
self.
weapon, honey.
You can't act like
No
a grandma.
All right, folks, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA results are in, and the tension in the courtroom is palpable. Can you feel it? Is Mr. Chaplin the father, or is there another twist waiting for us? Get ready for the biggest plot twist yet.
Mr. Chaplin, you are the father.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You in trouble.
Thank you.
Miss Jackson,
Thank
calm
you.
down, calm down.
Thank you. Regardless of the possibility, that's your child. He told me he could not make no kids. My baby is here. That's your child, honey.
Oh,
What
you
you gotta
got
do?
your
Let your mama be a
wish.
grandma.
All right, folks, we've got a good one for you. Let's dive right into this roller coaster of a case. We've got Mr. Buchanan, who's been down this road not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's right, 3 different women have claimed he's the father of their babies. Talk about a dad in demand.
Mr. Buchanan, you say this is the 3rd time a woman has claimed you are her child's father. The first 2 times, DNA testing proved you were not the father. And you now doubt your girlfriend, Miss Stembridge's 6-month-old daughter is yours.
The first 2 times, DNA testing proved he wasn't the father. But now he's got doubts about his current girlfriend, Miss Stembridge's 6-month-old daughter. It's a never-ending cycle of baby mama drama.
We took Eric up to the store. He was in the back seat already drunk. Jessica went in to go get his beer, which, I mean, why are you getting him beer? You know what I'm saying?
He could have got it himself, Your Honor.
Well, you went in there
You're
to get
his
it.
best
You went
friend.
in there
You're
to
his
get it
best
for him,
friend. You
so.
should have got it.
So,
You're
I
his
mean,
Got
best
into an
friend.
argument over the beer?
okay, so you're best friends with him then, obviously, if you went in there.
Mr. Buchanan is convinced that Miss Stembridge has been getting cozy with his former friend and roommate, Eric. Can you imagine the betrayal? So they all find themselves in paternity court, ready to spill the tea and get to the bottom of this messy situation. Let the drama ensue.
Full of lies, you know what I'm saying? I put my faith into this woman, you know. I've been taking care of her and stuff. And to go back before this, now, when I got locked up under false pretenses, okay? Check this out, all right?
You notice I'm not even going there. I'm not even going to ask a question about these false precepts. Keep going.
She come to see me, you know, and told me that, you know, she was under a lot of stress when I was locked up.
Mr. Buchanan wastes no time dropping bombshells left and right. He claims that Eric, his supposed best friend, told him, and I quote, "I slept with your girl while you're locked up." Ouch, that's gotta sting.
So when you're with somebody, you're supposed to be devoted to that.
Exactly, you sure
All
are,
right?
but you ain't thinking about how you trying to sleep with other
She
women.
ain't talking to you right now. We telling this
I
right
don't care
now
who
from
she's
this
talking
side, all
to.
right?
I'm talking to you.
All right, check this out, all right? So, they had a few beers, all right? She was honest about that on my visitation day.
But that's not all, folks. Mr. Buchanan also reveals that when he got out of jail, he walked in on Miss Stembridge and Eric partying it up with some questionable lemon drop shots. Lemon drops? More like love drops, am I right?
When you walked in and you saw the drinks out, in your mind you thought she's drinking with him again, and she said that was only a one-time thing.
Okay, check it out. She told me about the beer. So when you picked me up, why didn't you fair warn me about the liquor before I got home? Why are you gonna let me find out by
was
myself?
none to
Because you forgot.
hide.
The tension is rising as the accusations fly back and forth. Miss Stembridge denies everything, claiming that Eric made up the whole story to cause trouble. But can we really trust anyone in this courtroom?
You know what I got? You know what I got that night after I drank lemon drops with her?
I don't want to know.
All right. So what do you think Eric got when they drank lemon
This
drops
guy
first
is
time?
weird.
So wait a minute, Mr. Buchanan, so you're basically saying that these lemon drops are an aphrodisiac for your girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
So you don't need her to be drinking lemon drops with anybody but you.
Oh yeah.
To add fuel to the fire, we've got a witness, Miss McNeil, who claims she saw Miss Stembridge in a compromising position with Eric. Booty in the air, y'all. This courtroom is heating up faster than a lemon drop shot.
Ms. McNeil is outside. Can you please escort her in?
Sure.
This is a girl right here, all right? Had my back since,
Why are you mad, Jessica?
Had my back
Why?
since day one.
I ain't talking to you.
Well, good.
Had my back since day
Look,
one.
Well, go be
Ms.
with her then.
McNeil,
Go be with her.
come on up to the
please.
podium, please. Now, Mr. Buchanan says that you witnessed firsthand.
Yes.
As the arguments intensify, it's clear that trust is at an all-time low. Mr. Buchanan just wants the truth, but can he handle it? The two are in a full-on bout with their words, and if things don't de-escalate, Jerome could have more work on his hands than he bargained for.
I ain't never seen this girl in my life.
You ain't never seen me in your life.
No, none of
That's
them
a lie.
pictures in his
Look,
phone.
look.
Pictures in his phone.
Head, yeah, in his phone.
See, that's
right,
wrong.
in his
I
phone.
weren't even
That's
laying
right.
that way. I weren't even
See,
laying
laying
that
like
way.
this?
No.
All I saw was booty.
Hold on, Miss Stembridge, let me hear this. Now, Miss McNeil, what now?
I come in to Eric's room to come pick something up. All I saw, her head towards his closet and booty in the air.
Fast forward to the pregnancy test. Miss Stembridge is claiming she's pregnant, and Mr. Buchanan is torn between his doubts and his love for the child. Will this baby finally bring them some clarity, or will it just add more fuel to the drama fire?
I've never known Heather to never come over to Eric's house and not come in his bedroom.
That's right.
Every time when I was dating her, she's always came in his bedroom.
To show up at Eric's house. Ask
you
him.
did.
I won't
You
call.
did.
I
You did,
showed
though.
up one time and she was there. They wouldn't open the door. That's why she claimed she ain't never seen me.
Closed.
And then when she
Front
came,
door. They wouldn't let me in the house because you was in there.
Host, the moment of truth has arrived. The DNA results are in, and the tension in the courtroom is palpable. Will Mr. Buchanan be the father he hopes to be, or will his doubts be confirmed? Let's find out.
Mr. Buchanan, you are her father.
Thank you.
That's a blessing.
Had enough lemon, y'all.
Thank you.
They ran out of lemon, or you already.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
obvious that you're happy and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
pleased.
Yeah, that's
But you got to determine whether or not.
All right, folks, let's meet two feisty ladies. We've got Miss Taylor and Miss Johnson, both claiming to be pregnant at the same time with Mr. Barber's babies. Talk about a love triangle gone wrong. They're here united to confront Mr. Barber and demand some answers. Let the showdown begin.
Miss Taylor and Miss Johnson, you both claim that you were pregnant at the same time with the defendant, Mr. Barber's children.
Yes, Your Honor.
You argue that he has not been a father to your kids and refuses to support them, but takes care of his other child. In your joint statement, you say that despite having issues with one another in the past, you are here today united.
Miss Taylor is up first, suing Mr. Barber for $3,608 in childcare expenses. She means business, folks. She's not holding back one bit. Look at her go. Woo, Miss Taylor is on fire. She's not mincing her words, that's for sure. But wait, here comes Mr. Barber with his defense.
You counter that the only reason you can't support the children you have with Miss Taylor and Miss Johnson is because they ask for too much money.
Yes, ma'am.
And they create too much drama.
Yes, ma'am.
So, that's quite a defense. Now, Miss Taylor,
Yes, Your Honor.
why do you believe he supports his other child and not yours?
I believe that he supports his other child because he's still sleeping with his other child's mother.
Mr. Barber thinks these ladies are just after his money. He claims they create too much drama and ask for too much. Oh boy, he's not making any friends here today. Drama, drama, drama. These ladies are not holding back. But hold on, folks. Things are about to take a wild turn.
Mr. Barber, you wholeheartedly admit that you are the father of all the children.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I saw the birth certificates,
I've signed every single one of them.
Miss Johnson,
Yeah, he's on mine. Is he on yours?
On mine.
Miss
Is he on
Taylor,
yours? Oh, okay. Yeah. Cut the umbilical cord and everything.
What?
Yeah. Did he cut the umbilical cord for you?
Miss Taylor drops a bombshell. She reveals that Mr. Barber was sleeping with his other child's mother while she was pregnant. Oh no, he's been playing the field. Oh snap, Miss Taylor is not holding back. She's calling Mr. Barber out for his player ways. This is getting intense.
He was not there. I called him and told him that I was being induced. He came. He stayed for 24 hours. You know, when you get induced, you never know when the baby's gonna come. He stayed for the first 24 hours and he left. I called him and I said, I'm 10 centimeters. I'm getting ready to push. He didn't come. He didn't come. I had her by myself. I was there. I pushed that baby out.
Mr. Barber tries to defend himself, but Miss Taylor shuts him down. She's not having any of it. Whoa, Miss Taylor is not someone to mess with. She's taking control of the courtroom, folks. Judge Lake steps in to restore order. Phew, things were getting heated in there. Now it's time to hear Miss Johnson's side of the story.
Yes, I've done some things, and I'm not perfect. No, I fall very short of that. But these women know that I love my children, and they know that.
You don't show it.
How don't I show it? I just took my baby out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because
For you, what are you talking about?
Miss Johnson is also suing Mr. Barber for $3,880 in childcare expenses. She's got her receipts and she's ready to take him down. Oh boy, Miss Johnson is not holding back either. She's got some serious accusations against Mr. Barber. This is a full-blown battle, folks.
when you all are going at each other like that, and all I'm sitting and thinking is, I am an adult. Judge of this court, used to watching people in dispute, and you all make me uncomfortable watching you yell and scream. I can only imagine what a child would feel like. Because the truth is, We need to come up with a resolution for you all, because I can't have any children growing up hearing that nonsense every day.
Mr. Barber tries to defend himself, but Miss Johnson is not buying it. She's standing her ground and demanding justice for her child.
And Ms. Johnson, you saying you never got...
He never bought my son no diapers. I may do whatever I had to do to get my son diapers. He bought my son 3 pairs of shoes and 3 outfits.
That is so sad.
When you two were pregnant, did you or did you not know anything about the other?
I didn't know about her.
Later on in the pregnancy, we did find out about each other.
I found out about her on accident. I didn't know about her. She didn't know about me. He told us things about each other.
Whew, this courtroom is on fire. The tension is palpable and the drama is off the charts. But what will the judge decide? Will these ladies get the justice they're seeking? Stay tuned, folks, because we're about to find out.
You know, it is this court's opinion that Ms. Taylor is in fact entitled to $3,608 in back child care expenses. These expenses are all reasonable and legitimate. And Mr. Barber, seeing as though you have acknowledged this child, signed his birth certificate, you have a responsibility.
All right, folks, let's jump right into it. In this episode, we have a case that's all about teenagers having babies. We've got secret relationships, family feuds, and enough drama to last a lifetime. Buckle up, because things are about to get crazy.
What stands before me is a case of babies having babies, teenager. This is upsetting. With that said, Miss Sism, you and your teenage daughter, Destiny, are here to prove that Anthony Taylor is the father of your daughter's 8-month-old son, Osiris. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Riley, you stand before me claiming that you are 100% positive your son is not the child's father.
We start off with Miss Sism and her daughter, Destiny, who are here to prove that Anthony Taylor is the father of Destiny's 8-month-old son, Osiris. They are absolutely certain, and emotions are running high. Miss Sism is fighting tooth and nail for her grandson. But hold on, because Miss Riley, Anthony's mom, is not convinced.
Destiny, you truly believe Anthony is this child's father?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've changed the course of your life by having this baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your mother know you were having sex?
No, Your Honor. When I would call Destiny on her cell phone, she'll say she's at her friend's house. So that's what I was believing.
She was sneaking at my house. She was coming over here lying, conniving, saying, I have a 14-year-old daughter at home.
Oh boy, the moms are going at it. The tension is rising, and the drama is just getting started. Now let's meet the young lovebirds themselves, Destiny and Anthony. These teenagers thought they could keep their relationship a secret, but boy, were they wrong.
Saying the same thing, blaming the opposite child. They had a plan. Destiny was gonna say, I'm going over to visit my friend. That's your daughter.
Right.
But really the whole time,
She
having sex with your son.
Yes.
That's both of them teenagers having sex.
My point is
That's the plot.
And I didn't know.
That's the plot. So the reason why we're here is to get down to the bottom of if this child is really your grandchild.
Sneaky, sneaky. Destiny and Anthony were getting up to some mischief under Anthony's mom's roof, and she had no clue. But wait, there's more. Anthony confesses that his desire to have a baby was all about leaving a legacy behind.
Came around 2 weeks ago, and he was messing with another girl at the time.
You saw Destiny walking with somebody else.
Yes, another guy.
So you never even thought that Destiny was having sex with your son.
No, I didn't.
Because you just thought Destiny and her group of friends were friends with your daughter.
Yes.
Now, to Mom, Miss Sism, you know it's Miss Riley's house where she's going to have.
Whoa, Anthony wanted to leave a mark on the world before he left it. It's a sad way for anyone to think, especially someone as young as Anthony. Talk about teenage melodrama. This case just keeps getting crazier.
With all the phone and cell phone having we got and all of this communication, Miss Sism, it ain't never a day in this world your daughter should be able to tell you spend a night over a friend's house. What friend? Who's the mother? Where's the number? I'm calling.
Yes.
Where were you and Anthony having sex? In her house?
Yes.
While Miss Riley was home?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now let's talk about the grandmas. Miss Sism and Miss Riley are locked in a battle, and it's getting intense. They brought their boxing gloves, and their fight is one for the ages. Literally. Miss Sism accused Miss Riley of neglecting her grandson, and Miss Riley wasn't having it. The claws are out. These grandmas are not holding back. They're fighting tooth and nail for their grandchildren, and it's turning into a full-blown showdown.
This is a birth certificate. My son ain't old enough to be doing all this.
You believe she had you removed from the hospital strategically because they wanted to coerce your son into signing the birth certificate.
You on the right today.
One of her family members threatened us. So yes, I did, because my daughter ain't finna go through this with her. She young. I tried to call this woman and talk to this woman like a woman when she was pregnant.
Just when things couldn't get any crazier, Judge Lake steps in to restore order in the courtroom. She's not having any of this drama. Judge Lake demands order and respect in the courtroom. She's the voice of reason in this chaotic mess. But will she be able to bring some peace to this family feud?
You have to consider whether that's in your best interest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're here now. Osiris is here now. You all are kids. You don't know what the world you're doing. The rationale is so irrational, it's scary. I get the reason, but the immaturity and the lack of understanding in which you approach this entire situation, we gotta do better.
All right, folks, it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA results are in, the tension is through the roof, and everyone is on the edge of their seats.
Mr. Taylor, you are his father.
I don't get to see him now. Now I told you.
She's taking care of them.
I got another.
Whether they made a mistake or not, they have spoken from their heart or why they did something. The most irrational, immature reasoning ever, but it's their truth. That's how they got here.